The more technology advances, the more people crave human connection. That's not a feeling, that's a pattern that has repeated itself throughout every major technological shift in history. And right now, in the middle of the biggest tech explosion we've ever seen, it's happening again, faster than ever. The question isn't whether human connection matters in sales. The question is, are you leveraging it? Because the salespeople who understand this principle are closing deals that no AI, no chatbot, and no automated sequence will ever touch. Let's get into it. The term high-tech, high-touch was first introduced by futurist John Naisbitt back in 1982. His argument was simple: every time society adopts a major new technology, it simultaneously develops a counter-response, a hunger for more human interaction, more warmth, more trust, more genuine connection. He saw it with the Industrial Revolution. He saw it with the rise of television. And if he were alive today, he'd see it happening at a scale he never imagined. Think about it. We have more ways to communicate than ever before: email, Slack, WhatsApp, LinkedIn DMs, automated sequences, AI chatbots, and yet people feel less connected to the businesses they buy from than at any point in modern history. That gap between technology and human connection, that is your opportunity. Here's a number that should stop you in your tracks. Studies consistently show that trust in businesses and institutions has been declining for over a decade. People are skeptical. They've been burned by overpromising brands. They've sat through sales calls that felt like scripts. They've clicked through funnels designed to manipulate rather than help. And now, when a real human reaches out with genuine interest, genuine knowledge, and genuine intent to help, it hits differently. Not because the product is better, not because the price is lower, but because trust has become the rarest commodity in the market, and trust is built human to human. It cannot be automated. It cannot be templated. It has to be earned in conversation, in the way you listen, in the way you respond to what someone actually tells you. The salesperson who masters this, in a world drowning in automation, is worth more than any piece of software a company can buy. Let me make this real. High touch sales is not about being warmer or friendlier on a call. It goes deeper than that. High touch means you did your research before you dial. You know their business. You know their pain. You know the problem they're trying to solve before they say a word. High touch means you listen more than you talk. Most salespeople spend 70% of the call talking. The best ones spend 70% listening, because when a prospect feels truly heard, their resistance drops. High touch means you follow up like a human being, not a drip sequence, not an automated email that starts with just circling back. A real message, a real observation, a real reason to reconnect. High touch means you take accountability. If something goes wrong, you own it. You don't hide behind policy or process. You solve it. These are not complicated things, but they are rare. And in a world where every competitor is leaning harder into automation, rare is powerful. Here's where it gets interesting. Technology doesn't have to be the enemy of high touch. Used correctly, technology enables high touch at a scale that was never possible before. Think about what you can do today before a single call. You can research a prospect's LinkedIn in 2 minutes and understand their career trajectory, their priorities, and what they care about. You can set up alerts that tell you when a company raises funding, hires a new sales leader, or expands into a new market. You can use a CRM to track every touch point, every conversation, every commitment you've made so nothing falls through the cracks. You can send a personalized video message instead of a cold email and stand out in an inbox instantly. The technology does the heavy lifting, the human does the connecting. That is the combination that wins, not technology instead of people. Technology that makes people better. Now let me be straight with you about something. Most salespeople hear the word personalization and think use their first name in the email. That's not personalization. That's a mail merge. Buyers see through it instantly. Real high touch personalization means you reference something specific, not just their company name, their actual situation, their actual challenge, something that tells them this person did their homework, this person understands my world, this call is worth my time. The difference between a cold call that gets hung up on and a cold call that turns into a 30-minute conversation is almost always this one thing. Did you show up with context or did you show up with a script? Scripts have their place, but context beats script every single time. Let me zoom out for a second. AI is getting better every year. Automation is getting smarter every year. More and more parts of the sales process will be handled by technology in the years ahead. Outreach, scheduling, follow up, data entry, even objection handling at some level. But here is what will never be automated. The moment a prospect shares something vulnerable, the moment they say honestly, we tried this before and it failed badly, and I'm scared to go through that again, the moment they go off script and tell you what they actually need, those moments require a human on the other end of the line, someone who can respond with empathy, someone who can say, I hear you, here's how we're different. Here's why this time is different. That is not a feature you can build. That is a skill you develop. And the salespeople who develop it now, while everyone else is chasing the next automation tool, are the ones who will be irreplaceable 5 years from now. So, how do you actually apply this starting today? Three things. First, slow down before you dial. Spend 5 minutes on every prospect before you call them, not 5 hours. 5 minutes. LinkedIn, their website, recent news about their company. Walk in with context. Second, listen with the intent to understand, not to respond. Most salespeople listen just long enough to find the gap where they can talk again. Train yourself to stay in the listening longer. Let silence sit, let the prospect fill it. You will be shocked what people tell you when they don't feel rushed. Third, follow up like a human. After every call, send one line that references something specific from the conversation. Not a template, one real sentence. It takes 30 seconds. It separates you from every other rep they spoke to that week. These are small things, but done consistently, they compound into a reputation. And in sales, reputation is everything. High tech is not going anywhere, but neither is the human need for connection. The salespeople who understand that, who use technology as a tool and human skill as the edge, are the ones building careers that last. That's what this channel is about, not just tactics, the thinking behind the tactics. If this landed for you, subscribe. Next week, we go deep on cold call opening lines that actually get people talking. Real lines, real context, tested in the field. I'll see you there.